the illegal crude pipelines near Forcados. There's a lot of finger pointing going on with that story. There's a lot of no be me happening with that story. You have Shell saying that the pipeline was 30 kilometers away from their right of way, so they had no idea about it. You had some controversy about the age of the pipeline. Remember, Melekiari said that it's 9 years old, and immediately he said that, oh, it's 9 years old. Some experts questioned it, right? So first of all, the experts were saying, okay, well, how did you arrive at that number? What forensics were used to determine when the pipes were laid? Because remember, there's a difference between the age of a pipe and the time that the pipe was laid. Some people are accusing the NNPC of playing politics, because if the pipe was laid 9 years ago, it means it was laid during the Jonathan administration. But were we experiencing this level of oil loss under Jonathan? The answer is no. According to Statista, under Jonathan, output stayed around 2 million barrels a day with no major drops. Remember, Yaradua negotiated amnesty with MEND, and Jonathan enjoyed that same amnesty. It's only recently that we started seeing this sharp level of oil loss. And then there's a question of how. How were people able to install a 4-kilometer pipeline in the ocean without the authorities being aware? You ask any petroleum engineer what it takes to do this, and they will give you a list. First of all, you can't do it while oil is pumping. You get the point? You have to shut down the flow before you cut the pipe. How did they shut down the flow without the different operators on the pipeline being aware? Then after you cut the pipeline, you need to install the joint. Then you need to test the joint to make sure it can handle the pressure. There is no way to do all of this in less than a week. So that means for 1 week, that pipeline was inactive. And nobody noticed? Then there's the operation itself. Do you know what it takes to install underwater pipelines? Think about the boats and the barges that are bringing the materials. Think about the cranes. Think about the scuba divers and their equipment. I know that there are people who listen to me who work offshore, who work on rigs. Are we saying that all of these things were happening less than 5 kilometers from critical infrastructure for days, and the Navy did not notice? And then, after they are done, they switch the flow back on. How come NNPC's sensors did not detect that, okay, new pipeline don't plug? Because remember, that new pipeline will reduce the pressure everywhere. It's like in your house. If you use a water tank and all your taps upstairs are on at the same time, you're going to notice that the pressure will drop. Same thing with oil. And NPC has pressure sensors all along the pipeline network. Didn't those sensors show a massive pressure drop? How come no action was taken?